Today is Wednesday, Parashat Vayeshev. Parashah teaches us the incredible pitfalls and the severity of hatred and jealousy, because the brothers were jealous of Yosef to the point that it really developed into a hatred of their brother. They came to a point of selling him as a slave. And that's what started a whole succession of events that brought about the slavery in Egypt for decades before the Exodus. So we see here the very negative results and the consequences of jealousy and hatred. And obviously a person has to stay away from conflict, from discord, and always to try and find a way to make peace, to forgive. There's a pasuk in the Parashah of this week that says, "Velo yachilu dabbero leshalom," that the brothers did not speak to him in peace. In other words, they did not communicate. Things happen between friends, between people that know each other, between brothers even in this case. There could be some misunderstanding. Sometimes a person acts wrongly, he needs to be corrected. The wrong thing is to disconnect and not talk and just develop this hatred or jealousy. The right thing to do is ledaber leshalom, is davka to speak, to seek peace. Like it says in Pirkei Avot, Eve mitalmidav shel Aaron, be one of the disciples of Aaron HaKohen, ohev shalom verodev shalom. Person who loves peace and seeks peace. So when there is a situation where there is even a reason to be upset with someone, it happened here with the brothers of Yosef. He was reporting negative things to their father. And even in the language that it says actually, Vayaved dibatam ra'a avihem, he really did not, in a way, speak in a negative way about them, but he brought these situations that he observed. Vayaved means he brought to the father, for the father to be aware of it and maybe indicate what's the right thing to do. But yet, it was something negative that was a bad reflection on the brothers. So they were upset with that. Also, the father made a special type of tunic for Yosef, ketonet pasim. And they became jealous because he sort of favored him as compared to the other brothers. He was the son of Rachel, that really Yaakov, his intention was first to marry Rachel before Lavan pushed Leah instead of Rachel. So he had a special connection with Yosef, and because of that, he sort of like favored him. They were jealous of that. And you could say, it's natural. But no, but a person can overcome these situations where somebody seems to be getting more than yourself. It's okay, forgive it, Don't hold a grudge because of that. They could have communicated. They could have expressed their feelings to Yosef. They could have told Yosef, why are you telling our father all these stories about things that you observed? You could tell them, Abdirit Leshem Shamayim. I wanted for you to act properly. What I observed, maybe I misunderstood. They could have, through the communication, cleared the air. Because they didn't. Because Lo Yachilu Dabbero Leshalom. They didn't speak to seek peace. That's why all the succession of events, they came to the point of selling their own brother as a slave. And then that brought the succession of events that brought all the family of Yaakov and the 12 tribes, all of them to be slaves in Egypt, and all that suffering that happened all started with this jealousy and hatred that developed when they did not seek a way to communicate, to look for the truth, and maybe even to correct Yosef. He would have learned from that discussion they would have had. So important to communicate and seek peace, and to forgive when you need to forgive even an offense or somebody that wronged you in any way. The communication could clear the air, and forgiving is also part of it. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.